Welcome to the Zapata Brand Podcast, Boxing Edition.
Okay, welcome to another edition of the Zapata Brand Podcast, Boxing Edition. Last week, wrapped up a great weekend of fights. This weekend, another great weekend of fights, but a different type of fight. We have Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz, as you could tell, this weekend. But before we do that, Coach Rich is here. He's kind enough to come in again Saturday, and you had it on last week.
With Crawford?
Crawford. Didn't really, that really wasn't even close. And
Nope.
What was your breakdown really about it? I mean, what did you think the key was?
Well, it was like telling your brother, like with the two fighters, right? Spence, like I think Roy Jones said this, like he has the great fundamentals, right? He has a great jab, and he's always putting pressure on, right? Crawford, all he had to do was just take away his jab. Take away his jab and put pressure on him. Like in the like our amateur fighters, right? Whenever we get like an experienced person in there, I'm not going to name names, but like you get an experienced person in there and then a person that's not experienced. And to make the inexperienced fighter make the experienced fighter uncomfortable is to add pressure and make him fight on the back foot. And there was times in that fight where Crawford was doing that. He was making him fight on the back foot. He was cutting angles.
Yeah.
He took away his jab. That was a beautiful 2-1. That was a great shot.
Yeah. Honestly, I think he basically was on roller skates most of the fight.
Oh, yeah.
He really, he couldn't get off.
I'm telling you, that car accident was not good for him. I
don't think the car accident would be good for anyone.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, I was surprised by like how easily it happened because I thought Spence had a better chin than that, but he obviously didn't.
Right.
Which I was pretty shocked by that.
I was shocked. I did not predict a knockout. I didn't. I thought Spence would knock him out. I was way off on that, which is why I always say, bet against me. Do not take what I say.
Yeah. It was a great fight though.
Great. Well, I mean, it was a one-sided
for Crawford.
fight. For Crawford, yeah, it was a one-sided fight.
Yeah.
That's all.
That was one of those fights where I was excited.
So obviously, we got to give you your flowers there, Rich. Coach Rich up 1-0
1-0
on me here, and up 1-0 on Coach D, which is not hard to do the way he bets too. It's not hard with me, but I can tell you that. Anyway, this weekend, a good fight. I don't know.
You reached out to have me come on here and make a prediction. How about I make speculations? Because I almost feel like this is outside my realm of expertise. Like when I look at him, he's not a boxer. He's a UFC fighter. He did spar a lot with Andre Ward.
Right.
He's done a lot of boxing stuff like that, but I haven't seen him in the ring.
But
fighting.
was he more of a, you say MMA fighter, but was he more of a boxing striker in MMA?
Yes and no. I mean, he still choked people out.
Right.
He still uses, kicks and takedowns.
If there was
and
one
like
UFC fighter that I would say could box, it would be him.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So that's why I'm saying, is this a good fight as far as exciting to watch? Yes. You got two guys from two different disciplines coming together. Is it a fight that could it be a blowout? Yeah, it could be.
For which side? Either or?
I am going to give you my pick in 1 second, but I'll give you the reason first.
Okay.
I don't know if Diaz is all the way in.
Yeah.
And the only reason why I say that is because he hasn't exactly taken care of his body after he left MMA. Yeah. Meaning, I don't know. That's speculation too. Yeah. Just what you see. Got a little heavy. Wasn't. Jake has brought in top-level trainers. Jake has put top-level work in.
Well, that's what privilege gets you.
It does. I mean...
And it also gets you, like, Mayweather-like productions.
Right, and it does. But you got to remember...
Money talks, I guess.
Well, certainly.
That's the only reason why... Like, I'll give him his props, right? As a boxer... Like, he's a boxer, but... Co-feature boxer? No. You should be... you should have the respect enough to have real boxers that have been put in the grind that come from nothing. Co-host, they have the
co-main event on that.
Event.
Okay, but here's my point to that. Great boxers on the don't sell tickets.
Yeah.
Jake Paul sells tickets. In this game, you're supposed to make as much money as you can. The sweet science, I believe, just in the last maybe 10 years is gone. As far as you'll see the Jake Pauls, you'll see the Tyron Woodleys fighting different disciplines and what have you. Other people crossing with celebrity boxing. Stuff. You can do that. You can't do that with UFC. There's no going to be celebrity UFC. Ain't going to happen.
When you're
other
talking
than
about
Elon Musk.
celebrity boxing,
It can get
and
ugly.
this is almost like
It
you know,
sort of is.
I give him his props for taking care of fighters, trying to create a fighters union, trying to do this, trying to do that. I give him props for that.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, 12 years older, UFC fighter, not really a boxer pedigree.
No, not his pedigree. No.
It was all martial arts.
But
you know what I mean?
But can you go there? Can you go into this fight confident that one is going to win over the other?
I can only give speculation.
Right,
I
but
can't
you're
even
not
make
even
predictions.
confident.
I can tell you like what could happen, right? Southpaw, right?
Mm-hmm.
Strong right hand and overhand rights. Could he catch Diaz, who's like 2 punch cards away from being punch drunk?
Yeah.
Absolutely, right? Could he hit him in the body because he's a great body puncher? I don't know if he's ever been tested to the body yet. I mean, the head moves, but the body doesn't. Right? If he
Now-
catches him with a body shot, I mean, he could drop him.
Jake Paul has sparred numerous rounds down in Boca Raton in Derek Santos's gym,
Yeah,
from what Leo was telling me.
yeah,
I'm still waiting to see what they say
yeah,
because I think I would go with what they see him every day.
yeah.
And from what I was told, he does hold his own.
Oh yeah, he puts in the work, and like like I said, I'm not taking that away from him.
Right, and the
But
question
he's
being-
a rich boxer. He's not a boxer that has been trying to, going through the grind. To
Now
try
I'm
to make it.
gonna press you on that. I think coming from the wrestling background that he had in Ohio, you got to be that mentally tough to be a wrestler. Not,
Yes.
I mean, we haven't seen him. Well, we did really when he fought Tyson Fury. He had to
not
dig down a
Tyson.
little bit. I mean, what is his name? Tommy Fury.
Tommy Fury.
We saw him pressed a little bit. He had to dig down a little bit, and I don't think he got wobbled much
No.
in that fight.
But Tommy Fury is not Tyson Fury.
A good point. Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
but still can beat sea-level
like
fighters.
I hope I'm not speaking out of term. Tommy Fury seems like all brawn and no brains, where Tyson Fury's brains and no brawn.
Yeah, I mean, I just saw him do a video.
Who?
Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
He's getting ready to fight. Whatever. He looked heavy. He looked very
Yo,
heavy.
he's up and down like
He
a yo-yo.
did look heavy, but needless to say, he's still a very good boxer, skill wise. So I don't know of any other fights that interest me right now that are on the horizon. We will talk about Canelo soon. That is a fight that interests me.
Yeah.
And I'll give my prediction when I see close to the fight. I haven't seen enough of Canelo's training to see how it's going, but that's the only one really down the road.
Is he fighting the one that got slapped?
He is fighting
which
the
one
one.
is which.
He's
You got
fighting
Jamal,
the
you
one
got,
that is undefeated, I believe.
Okay.
I believe, not the one that got slapped. I'm not sure. I get those two confused too.
Yeah.
So that'll be the one that we'll look forward to make a fight breakdown for. What I see in this fight, and I'm going to ask you first. You say you're going to make speculation, not prediction. What do you see, and what do you say? Okay, Diaz can do what's his key to victory? What's Jake's key to victory? And then give me a speculation.
Okay, key to victory for Diaz is constant pressure, and as long as his head can still hang in there with punch, because he's not gonna be slipping punches. He's gonna be getting caught a lot, Diaz, right? I feel like he's gonna get pressured, he's gonna get hit a lot, but he's gonna use that to get on the inside and rough him up. That's
Okay.
what I predict.
And then keys for his victory. If you were to say,
Overhand right hand. Like, I hope that doesn't happen, because that'll be another UFC fighter that's kind of been embarrassed by the overhand right.
yeah, and then so now give me your speculation, because you won't do prediction. Good.
All right, speculation on which one, who's
Who's gonna win? Give it to me.
As long as he stays away from the right hand, Diaz wins.
Okay. Knockout, decision.
I'm going to say decision, but if he does get him out of there, it's going to be a body shot.
Okay. Wow, you're going out on a limb there. Wow, you're giving.
Yeah,
You're time stamping this one.
I mean, I could be wrong.
No.
Yeah.
Hey, you haven't been
As-
wrong yet on these ones on the shows. But here is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say that this is exactly set up the way Jake Paul and his marketing campaign has gone. It couldn't have fallen any better to have Nate Diaz coming off a win in his last UFC fight. Didn't look overly dominant. No. Slipped a little bit. They think they're catching him right at the right time. My prediction is early.
Early knockout?
Early knockout, Jake Paul. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was a first or second round knockout.
Okay.
Only because here he is, a lot younger. He's strong. I saw him working out. I saw his training. Yeah. He looks good.
Yeah.
He does.
And that's what agitates me, right? Like I said, I give the guy respect for, trying to help out boxing. But at the same time, okay, fight somebody your age and who's an actual boxer.
Not only did he look good, he looked strong.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be an issue for him.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah. And like I said, he's very unorthodox as a fighter. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, he's squared up, and he could get caught.
He got dropped by McGregor. Now, McGregor punches very hard with smaller gloves, too. So they are going to use bigger gloves than what they were using in UFC. But Jake Paul, I believe, will hit harder than McGregor.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And I think that gets him out of there. And I would not be shocked if it was the first or second round.
And I'm going to add on to that. If you're right, I guarantee you it's a right hand.
Yeah, obviously. I think that's his money punch.
It could be an overhand right or a right hand.
Yeah, I mean that's his money punch. Yeah. He's going to be faster than Diaz. He's coming in hard. I think he's going to try to get him out of there in the first round. I think first or second round, I do see him getting knocked out.
If that doesn't, he puts the pressure.
If it doesn't, I mean, man, I just don't see Diaz going even the distance. But he could bring him into deep waters and get him out of there. Yeah. But I don't know if he does have the power even to get him out of there.
No, I don't think so.
So
but that's why I said body shot. Because he's really good at body shots.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Well, that'll be good. That'll be tonight.
What's the undercard? I'd rather watch.
I did. I didn't. You know what? To be honest with you, I didn't even look at the undercard. Huh? The zone shows haven't been the greatest for me to watch. Yeah. Because it's hard for me to download the stuff and everything, so I really stay away from it. I like the ESPN fights that were on there. HBO was always the best. Yeah. Showtime was second. But shows like that or the pay-per-view ones.
There's a good one on Showtime last night.
What was that one there?
Jordan White. Have you ever heard of that guy?
No, but speaking of White.
Yeah.
I just heard Dillian White just popped again for steroids. At what point do you throw him out? At what point? Yeah. This is number 3, I think.
Yeah.
2 or 3.
Yeah.
And so I'm assuming that fight's off.
Yeah.
So against Joshua, I'm assuming the fight's off. Horror. I mean, how do you get popped again?
Oh, maybe he was buying his meat.
Do you where Canelo bought it?
That's what I was going to say. At a certain place in Mexico.
The reality is, if we're going to sit here and speculate, I think a majority of athletes that are on that level, not accusing anyone, just allegedly saying, they have to look at for every advantage. Oh, yeah. If they're taking something that has a tainted substance, if they're taking something that they shouldn't be, I think it's almost like honor amongst thieves. Like Chael Sonnen says. He knows. Yeah. He knows what's going on.
Yeah. Have you ever heard, like, Armstrong, the bicyclist?
Yeah. I mean, like...
Did you see the lengths that he went through? I mean, he
correct.
was literally circulating his blood.
Right, but you need money
body.
for that.
Yeah.
You need money for that. So I think... in a higher division, when you're on that level, so you can get to a certain level.
You need money for that.
That's you, not me. And I'm going to say allegedly. Allegedly, I have nothing to say with him. He's just.
I'm just joking.
Yeah, no, just say allegedly because we don't know. Yeah. Dana White has accused him numerous times.
That's why I said that.
He does look good. He's in good shape. He's in pretty good shape. But I don't know. So you said this undercard or this fight on Showtime yesterday.
Oh yeah, Jordan White. It was a pretty good knockout. I haven't seen.
Is he heavyweight?
No, lightweight.
Lightweight.
It was pretty good.
I really have to brush up on my boxing.
First round, one of those kind of knockouts where you don't literally see it coming at first, and it doesn't look like a hard shot, but man, he was out. I mean, out like waving out.
Really? Yeah. That is when your brain disconnects.
Yes.
Those are dangerous knockouts.
Wilder knocks some people out like that.
Yeah, I saw Freddie Cadena in the Poconos get knocked out late in the fight. I think it was Jesse Feliciano who knocked him out. And he essentially was dead.
Whew.
They put a tube down his throat, got him up. He was able to get, they wheeled him back.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never forget, the Greg Serb, who's the state athletic commission. I think he still is state athletic commission here in Pennsylvania. His face when he seen him, and that doctor rushed in there. Buddy McGirt was Eddie Cadina's trainer, and he was screaming for the ref. And I look up quick, and we were in the front row. Look up, and down he goes.
Wow.
They jumped in quick. I was with the late Edsel, a good friend of mine, and we couldn't believe it.
Wow.
And it was a scary event there.
Yeah.
So
some of those can be really scary.
that happens. He goes out, and he's never the same.
Yeah.
Those knockouts are the ones that scared the hell out of me.
Yeah.
And
I don't like those.
no,
Yeah, because I have such a passion for the sport. I don't want to say
well,
that.
the knockouts that happen that are quick are good. This knockout happened over time, over the
that's
fight.
That's even worse.
That was the worst one.
Because if you're accumulating punches throughout a fight.
Now, if this guy White takes or knocks out another guy, or the guy who got knocked out
within the first minute.
if he got knocked out like that again, this guy, it'd be time to call it a day.
Yeah,
which
it's not good.
It's never good when you
Remember
again.
that one fight that we were at? We had one of our guys fighting, and
Oh, that was Max Melito.
yes, it was.
Max Melito knocked that guy right hand.
The doctor was just sitting there.
Oh, wasn't
we threw
good.
A stool in.
No, listen, I've seen numerous ones.
Yeah.
One of my funniest stories that it's not funny, but the funny story I tell. I had a guy in New Jersey. His name was Good. His last name was Good. Big guy, knocking out everybody. First round, no one beat this guy. And he's in the Golden Gloves fighting a guy from Duker's Gym in Newark. And the bell rings. I am coming down the stairs. And I hear bang. He lands face first, right in the corner.
Wow.
Broken orbital bone, knocked out cold. That was scary.
Yeah.
And this is a dangerous sport. You don't play boxing.
Yeah,
And that's why I give these guys credit. And that's why I do give Jake credit.
yeah, I give him some credit. Yep. Absolutely.
I mean, the purist of the boxing is kind of going away. Yeah. Hopefully, we'll get it back a little bit more with the people that are, fighting each other now. People are stepping up to the plate. I'd still like to see Boots get a shot at these titles. He's still not getting it.
But he's still kind of. How many wins? How many fights does he?
I don't know, but I'll tell you what.
He's
slick.
Good.
I mean, he looked good his last fight. I mean, people say, "Oh, he did not." He looked good.
Yeah.
It was close, but he looked good. He was moving pretty good. Yeah. Plus, I think he fights up to his level too. Yeah. He doesn't want to. I mean, he wants to fight. He wants to fight for the title, and he should. He should. There should be no more backing around, doing whatever. Have Boots fight someone like a Crawford. Have him, Spence, no, but a Crawford, Isaac Cruz in that category. Ryan Garcia. Have those guys fight and Rolly. Have those guys fight it out there. But Boots deserves a shot. That? Who, Boots?
Yeah.
Yep. He knocked out Will in about 30 seconds. Our Will.
No kidding.
Yeah. They were sparring. I mean, that's what Will said. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't there, but that's what Will said on a podcast. I heard him. Said he just boom. Knocked him out. But hey, you got to give Will credit too. Will just fought last week. I think got stopped in the second round or first round.
He did?
Yeah. But he fights all the time.
Yeah.
Drives a truck, cross country, gets in the ring. You call him up, he's fighting. You call him up, he's sparring. You call him up, he's never an issue. Great guy. I've seen him from day one. You've seen him since day one.
Oh, absolutely.
It's day one. Yeah. Well, that wraps up this one here, the boxing edition of the Zapata Brand podcast. Rich, thanks for joining us here quickly on a in between grocery run.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
I just got done working. Now I got to go get groceries.
Yeah, and still edit the videos.
Yeah.
At least we could do this on my phone and get it done quick. But this fight again, you're going Jake Paul. Oh no,
I'm going to go Diaz.
You're going Diaz
as long as he doesn't get caught.
As long as he gets caught.
He gets caught. It's
curtain. I'm going Jake Paul KO early. Jake Paul KO early. This I got to get even here at some point here.
Yeah.
I'm so far behind on my picks. That being said, don't be envious of what I've accomplished in my life. Be inspired by what you can do in yours. Thank you.